Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another dirty episode of the 34 podcast. We are joined with an awesome wrestling podcast. They are called the Dirty Heels. Everybody in the chat on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching us on Facebook, just get onto YouTube, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And that's it. We're going to get started. Hello, Emily. Hello, Raul. Hello, Melanie. Dirty Four. No, wait, that's us. And then there's also Thomas O'Connor. How you all doing? Hope you all doing well. It's an amazing Sunday night. So, Dirty Four, we've got myself, Victoria Blair, Peter Bowen, Joy LaFlamme. And for Dirty Heels tonight, we've got Good Brother Bove, and we got Kofi Wheaton. Sorry if I'm butchering your guys' names. So
a few weeks done.
Yeah. So
Good brother above though he might come and go because he seems to have like some internet issues.
That's okay.
Exactly.
So we if anything happens, we definitely have to do it again and freaking have like a wrestling match. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're good. So
exactly,
right.
We're good. So Emily's in the house. Yes, Dirty Heels in the house. So Kofi, let's get on with it. So this is gonna be a cliche question. Why the title Dirty Heels?
I think we was just being funny at the time, man. We were just. I think this is really a good brother question, man. Wow. Good Brother came up with the name, man. All I know is Good Brother came up with the name, and we were just running around the hood, call ourselves the Dirty Heels, and then we got ourselves some jackets, and then I had a friend named Ant, and he would sing the Pootie Tang song, "Low Down and Dirty," so you know what I'm about. So once that happened, we just kept it Dirty Heels.
Nice.
We just kept it Dirty Heels from there, you know.
Oh, sweet.
We didn't have a plan to call the podcast Dirty Heels. We just called ourselves the Dirty Heels at the time.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay, awesome. And guys, so so out of all the the wrestlings up to now, like, what's your favorite wrestlings, like WWE, WWF, the AEW? Like, which are wrestling do you both prefer, like, enjoy to watch?
Me personally, I prefer AEW or NXT. It's more of a indie feel. We want more of an independent feel.
Okay, cool.
Good brother. What you saying?
He watches it all.
He watches it all.
Okay, awesome.
He watches. I remember I saw you guys talking about the NWA, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
My kid brother.
Yeah, I've heard that Billy Corgan has it now, and is it any good? Is it any watchable? Okay.
Yeah. So I guess Kofi. I remember you guys covered it.
Yeah, we covered NWA, the whole culture, basically from day one of how wrestling started. And then we just did an NWA pay-per-view not too long ago, a couple days ago, last week. So yeah, we do a lot of NWA. We do every wrestling. We try to flip-flop with every wrestling because we don't want to stick to WWE with the most people know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, most people, I guess, like follow, like, I guess it's easy to follow. Vince McMahon and all that, like the WWE type stuff.
Yeah, it's very easy to follow that. You can just turn your TV on and follow that, but it's hard to follow like independent guys.
Yeah,
the guys you don't know. Like we didn't want to, honestly, we didn't want to follow WWE and all of these mainstream companies. We wanted to be, just independent guys, independent companies, and that's how we started. Because we would just go to independent matches. We never went to a big match. I've never been.
It's respect.
Oh, that's interesting. Especially that you guys are in New York, which is basically the main base from the WWE. So a pretty ballsy move.
Yeah, we won't go. Like we've had tickets, we won't go. It's just not our thing. It's not our thing, And then
I do understand that.
You could go and come as you feel, independent. The crowd is great, so basically that's how we started. We wanted to keep that feel. But once COVID hit, we needed something to talk about.
Exactly.
WWE had pay-per-views and everything, so we just stuck to that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. To get the views, why not? Like, just keep it going. But at the same time, it's like like I like that you're going after the indie because like it's more easier, to, I guess, to talk to the wrestlers and they're gonna be like doing their storylines. It's not gonna be like now. I remember back in the day with the WWE, I used to love it because it was unpredictable. You never knew what was gonna happen. You kind of knew, but you didn't know. But now, like you go to AEW, you have no idea.
Yeah, like that's why I like AEW, because you have no idea what's going on. But with WWE, it's predictable. It's
yeah. I heard that too. I mean,
time I won't watch.
Yeah. No, I mean, shout out to Frank Jofo from Jofo in the Ring. Like he's been saying this as well. Nice.
Hello.
Nice.
Just a quick question by Amity. Have you guys ever wrestled, or you're just wrestling fans?
Just wrestling fans. We have a friend by the name of Anthony Bob, who's actually training right now.
Oh, really?
And it's and that's pretty much it. He would go to events with us.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
He got into a little thing with Austin Aries.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody loved it. And then from there, he just wanted to train and me train. Other than that, we're not wrestlers. We actually have 2 titles out.
Oh, nice.
Wrestling titles out. We have a Dirty Heelz hardcore title. That's held by Blaze Haram. And then we have a 365 title who is held by Max Bane of the wrestler.
365 Max Bane.
365. Well, how would they win the titles, or is it just like for fans, or?
No, they're real wrestlers.
Yeah, no, I mean, saying like,
but how do you win the title? What does it mean to have that title?
Well, the 365 title is like anytime, any place type of title. The hardcore title speaks for itself. You know, it's hardcore. You know, whatever goes. You know, table chairs, whatever they want the stipulation to be. We really have no rules over the stipulations. It's whatever the wrestlers want, you know.
Okay.
So I'm starting to see a trend that you guys are really balls deep into hardcore wrestling. So just as a general question, like, how did you started to like wrestling? Is it something you did since childhood, or how did it all started? And how did you transition toward hardcore, or were you always a fan of hardcore wrestling?
Or were you a fan of New Jack? Is that New Jack got you guys?
I think we was always a fan of New Jack.
Oh wow!
I mean, I don't mean to sound crazy, but I think pretty much we was all a fan of New Jack. Just because he was black and he was kind of the crazy one.
Yeah, he was great. He was great. He was stabbing people, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So I think for me, I've always been into wrestling since probably age of 5, and then I kind of stepped away. I know the good brother; he's always watched wrestling his whole life. He's never stepped away from it, ever. He's always watched it. So, you know, he's pretty much the one who keeps me in tune.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I remember that actually. Have you guys ever watched the CZW?
Actually, you can go check out our episode. We actually have a CCW episode about the death matches and the history of it and everything. So,
nice. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
We have a question. Emily goes, have you ever been to a CZW deathmatch show?
We just read that question.
You did?
Never been to a show though. Never been.
No. I was talking about the show. Yeah, I was talking
about the show.
But you're right, Claudio. You're right, Claudio. No, it's good.
Okay. Well, listen. Okay.
I could handle the blood. I'm not too much of a blood and guts guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't think I could handle it too much. I'm not too much of a hardcore guy.
Okay.
Okay.
What was it the one where the guy because I remember I think Jofo and Rick covered it, but I remember my boy showing me this back in the day where the guy had like a weed whacker, and I think he had like a string around his arm, and then he like slashed his veins and he was drinking the blood. Yeah, it was fucking nuts, man.
That's a lot. It's a lot of stuff I can't watch. I like wrestling, not
right.
No, just like not gore.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's cool, but don't kill each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I was like, I remember too back in the day, like when my buddy was showing me, like when I saw Cactus Jack and all that here, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then my boy's like, nah, you had to see him in Japan. And I remember I saw a match where I think they're all, it was like an Inferno Bob Wired match or something,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it was like it was almost like a Royal Rumble or a Battle Royale, I should say.
Mhm.
And then I think one of the guys was yelling in the ring like, "Get the fuck out of the ring!" Because the way the building was set up, when the fire was, they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be like a draft that's gonna fucking like it's just gonna blow up in the ring." So everyone ran out the ring, and then like about 5 minutes later, then you saw like a huge explosion. You're like, "Oh fuck!" Like you guys could have been roasted, man.
Yeah.
Like what the?
Oh man,
That's not wrestling anymore. That shit's just dangerous.
yeah. No,
Guys, just jackass in a fucking ring at this point.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like with me, I like the entertainment. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but some things that I draw the line at, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
At the end of the day, it still has to look something like wrestling.
Yes, for me, yes. At least
Oh yeah.
give me a show. Just don't show me somebody mugging you.
Yeah, but no, and you know, and again, going back to what Frank was saying, it goes, especially like WWE. They're trying to focus more. Well, I mean, from what he says, like it's focusing more on the acting aspect as opposed to the wrestling aspect. So he goes, like for example, they're like some good WWE shows, but at the same time, is like, well, these people are being too fake, and they're just calling each other out, and they don't even and especially new wrestlers now, they look like they can't wrestle, but everyone goes there for the show. So I mean, that look, I haven't been watching WWE for a while, but now I was getting back in it. I'm like, it's not the same as the wrestling that I grew up with. I don't know, maybe it's just me being different.
It's definitely not, but the thing I give the respect to WWE is they normalized wrestling. They normalized it. Like,
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
like
Yeah.
there were no other companies watching wrestling. Wrestling was on. No, wrestling was on music. Wrestling was in movies. Wrestling was in they are the main people who normalized wrestling and shoved wrestling down our throats to the point where we like it. We grew up on wrestling, so there's probably not a person in the world who hasn't watched wrestling at some point in time.
True.
That's interesting you say that, because a lot of like indie fans usually they shit on the WWE without thinking that that's the gateway wrestling promotion before you go to something more niche.
Yeah, see, that's what I used to think too. And then I met Good Brother, and then that's how we got on the independent thing, because he was always on the independent scene, because he always wanted to know where all these guys left when they went to WWE, and that's how we kind of push that whole, all right, where did this guy go? Where did this guy go? So and that's how it kind of we got the independent thing. So, but I mean, WWE is kind of a gateway, but you don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
To make
No.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, they are like the last people you would like to go to right now.
Yeah, exactly. And what's interesting with the internet and the technologies, and now that everybody can start their own streaming services, like you can check Japanese promotion if you want. You can watch all sort of wrestling style that you wouldn't be exposed to.
You definitely can. You definitely can. That is definitely true. Wrestling is normalized now.
Yeah.
So, wait. Do you guys commentate at like wrestling matches or?
We have.
Okay.
Shout out to BCW. We went to Atlantic City and commentated out there for a match. And we did a little promotion, podcast promotion. That was really it. Had a lot of interviews out there. That was basically it. That's the only time we did it. But that is probably our finished product. That's what we would like to do. We would like to stop this and just do that.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Nice. And what is the big?
You're doing a good job, bro.
Nice. Nice. So I want to ask you guys. So what is your? Because as you mentioned, you were interviewing some wrestlers. Who is your all-time favorite wrestler?
Oh, that's a question in the comments.
Yeah, in the comment. Who's your all-time wrestler and your current favorite one?
Favorite. Oh man, that is pretty tough. I usually say Chris Jericho.
Oh, really? Okay.
Someone also said Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
he says Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. Okay. All right. Yeah, Bret Hart was saved. Bret Hart. Yeah. He was like technically like ring his his techniques in the ring were just like amazing. Like just
yeah, definitely. I say Bret Hart. I mean, I say Jericho just because he revitalized himself so many times from being a good guy to a bad guy, and then he's still wrestling now and putting over young guys. So Jericho is my number one.
Eddie Guerrero was another one where you could just flip the switch. Like he made being the bad guy hilarious and fun. So it's just
exactly.
It was. A lot of these guys, he left at an early time, but prime time in his life.
Yeah.
He was definitely one of the greats. I see somebody put Mick Foley. I was never a fan of Mick Foley, man.
Yeah, that's another one.
Punching bag. For me, Mick Foley was a punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he took a bump. He took a bump, man.
And that's all he took.
That is so true. It's so true.
I mean, you can remember him beating people, but you can't remember him beating no one's ass.
Yeah, because he just had like a weird ringmanship, like.
I just wasn't a real big fan of Mick Foley. I thought he was cool. All the characters, I thought that was cool. Yeah, he had all the characters. Dude Love, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind. I thought all of that was cool, but I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Just a quick question from Amity. She wants to know if you watch, you aware or you watch any of Canadian Quebec wrestling.
Quebec wrestling, no, I actually don't. But if there's some Canada wrestlers out there, only one I really know of independently is Jeremy Prophet.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I know. He also does. He's the co-star of JOFO in the Ring with Kyle Moore and Frank JOFO.
He's actually hosting that thing.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic.
Shout out to Jeremy Prophet over there.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, he is. He's dope. He's chill. He's chill. At least he's like he has a title, but I forget which company he's champion of.
Oh, we'd honestly watch any wrestler if it would come on TV or if we had the app. We would watch it,
Yeah. Oh, okay, I get you.
I just watched a match. Someone sent me from Italy. Some wrestlers from Italy sent me his match. I watched
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't understand it, but it was cool.
That's same with me. People tell me about matches in Japan because as I mentioned, I want to get back into wrestling. I'm like, this is fucking cool, but there's like no subtitle to this. All I see is just two dudes just like hitting the shit out of each other, and I'm like, all right, well, you know what, you don't need any subtitles for this. You just see two guys or girls clashing at each other and blood spurts out. That's all you need.
But the Japanese announcers, though, like the commentators, they're so into it. It's fucking crazy. Obviously fake, but they're like, "Gentlemen, it's a plex," and they yelled so fucking crazy.
Yeah,
100% into it.
Yeah.
No, they could do it they can make anything amazing. Like I was telling you, like I remember I saw like insect battles in Japanese, and it just it was fucking hype, man. It was just like.
I've actually watched that with the praying mantis.
Yeah, the praying.
Oh, gross.
Okay. Just let me catch up. Okay, so what's happening is like they have shows where they show insect fighting each other, and you have commentators,
but it's
over
intense.
It in Japanese.
But it's intense, man.
Yeah.
It's literally to be like they'll be like super sneaky spring mantis versus Super King Cricket, and then they fucking just go. I'm like, word. It's not fight's not hype, but you're hyped because this guy's hyped. You're like, right, yeah.
Oh man, but you know what? That kind of you know what? I'm gonna go on a different tangent. Like it kind of reminds me of the Spanish announcers for the soccer games, and they were go.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, man. So going back.
New Japan wrestling is great. Yeah, it's like,
that's right into my alley. I fucking love it.
Yeah. New Japan is very, very good. I love New Japan. Good brother probably knows more about it than me. He knows way more about it than me. I just really got into it. I'll be honest. Like I said, I just got back into wrestling. I was,
Yeah, I'm the same. I was back
and forth with it. So like it took me hanging out with him for maybe like 2-3 years, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Well, just because like every time I came in and I was like, I forgot already. The only time that I actually kind of like really except for like JOFO in the ring kind of got me back into it. But the only time that like I distinctly wanted to watch it was when the first time Edge won the Money in the Bank thing. When he first did that, I was like, oh, that's a little bit of a change. And then they just kept repeating it. And I was like, like not like
Yeah. Well, you know the thing with me is I don't really watch WWE too much. I like New Japan, don't get me wrong, but I can't watch it because it's always so long.
Yeah.
It's always so long, and then it always comes on so late. So I usually have to get up and watch highlights in the morning. And then it sucks because I never know what's going on over there. It's so many people. So many people have titles. So I narrow it down to maybe 2 matches, 3 matches I watch over there. When it comes to WWE, I really don't watch it too much at all.
Yeah.
Because it's predictable. I'll probably put WWE on and I'll watch anime.
Word. That's just me all day. That's me.
Oh yeah, that remind me. Emily used to do wrestling before, and she's back in the ring now apparently.
Yeah, she started putting her straps on. I was like, God damn, man.
Good for her. That depends how she doesn't fuck up her.
Good for you. Yeah, good for you, Emily. Good for you, Emily.
Yeah, do the thing. And everybody in the chat, you know, I mean, everybody's just doing the thing. Jess, what time is it? You know what it is. Jess, what's up, man?
So
what's going down?
So Kofi, let's go a little bit on a tangent. You mentioned like anime, right? Because I'm just curious, like what kind of anime do you watch? I know it's a wrestling podcast.
Ultimate Muscle. No, I'm joking.
I pretty much jump around right now. I jump around, so I'm like, right now I'm watching like 6 different animes. I've been on this like big binge. I got a friend, 2 friends. They put me on, and they kept talking about it. I was like, it's for wimps.
Which one?
What is it?
One of my friends put me on Bleach, so I watched Bleach.
Bleach is hype, but it is. The story did go back. It did go bad. I'm not gonna lie. The writing went terrible.
But I watched Bleach. After I watched Bleach, I had another friend named Week. He was like, "Yo, you should watch Hunter x Hunter." So I watched Hunter x Hunter.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
And I watched 7 Deadly Sins. And then I just kept going till I found something I really, really like. And then I got to Naruto, and then once I got to One Piece, I was like, all right, this is my
dude. That's 900 episodes.
You like One Piece?
I love it. I'm done.
Yo, you're done?
You say Bleach is for wimps, and you like One Piece.
Yeah, I love it.
One Piece is pretty hard though. One Piece is hard. Yo,
I don't know. I read the manga a little bit, and it just seemed like
no,
that's not that hard.
Man, I love the pirate, Luffy, the voyage, where it just never ends. I love it. I don't know.
They should find One Piece by now though. This is taking
right
too long.
Yeah, sure.
Right now I'm watching Blood Sea, I don't know, something.
Oh, Blood Sea. Oh, I know that. Yeah,
I know that. It's with a Tiger Mask anime. It was one of my favorite animes.
I never watched that one.
I think there's one anime that has all sort of cameo from a Japanese wrestler. I think it's that one where you see like over exaggerated finisher from those wrestlers. It's fucking
no. Oh, maybe it's that one. Maybe it's that one. 'Cause I know Ultimate Muscle was pretty much like they had like instead of the NWO they put like DWO or something like that. Like they do just like they kept doing. Like,
no.
If you really in it, Tiger Mask, they really use the real people. They really use the.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm talking about. So you have like Kazuchika Okada, you see Tetsuo Naito, something like that.
Yeah. So that one's pretty dope. But I'm pretty much I'm.
Go 13. Go 13. Yeah.
Go what?
No, Go 13 there. He's like a hitman. He's like a hitman that goes around. But I think it was a video game that turned to a show.
You know what? I started that. And the reason why I stopped is because my girlfriend walks in and she's like, "Oh, this is what you're watching." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know this was gonna happen." I just stopped watching. I haven't went back to it though.
So she shamed you into stopping watching it.
Yeah, she did.
Fuck.
I gotta say myself because the sex scene was happening for so long. I was like,
Oh.
am I into this? Am I really into? Do I like this?
Yeah.
Oh god damn.
You have to question your manhood, man. It's just like, yo, I watch fucking cartoons. Leave me alone, man.
Oh yeah.
My dad did the same thing with me because in Canada we have Teletoon, which is like a cartoon 24 hours of a channel. And when he opens the TV on the morning, he saw like it was on cartoon. And I was like 18 back then, but my dad was like, "Oh, that fucking retard! He's still watching cartoon." But what he doesn't know is I used to watch like South Park and stuff like that. So one night we sat together to watch it, and that was the episode where Butters believed Cartman was a ghost. So basically, he was like all tied up for that treatment for his mental illness, but that he was putting something in his ass, and my dad was looking at me like I need help. And he's like, "You're watching it for real? What the fuck?" The fuck is that?
And
I
you're
watched
like,
this when
just
you
show
were
his
12.
genius. You don't understand.
Exactly. Either way, he thought I was a retard.
I pretty much watch any anime someone tells me, any anime. If someone says, "Hey, watch this anime," I'll save it and I'll be like, "All right, after I finish this anime, I'll start in this anime."
I got an anime movie for you to if you want to watch it, which is pretty solid. Is A Sword of Stranger.
Okay.
Sword Stranger. It's like a weird off version of the Kenshin thing, but it's not Kenshin. But like it has like hints to it.
Okay. I find that I like the detective animes a lot. I don't
Oh,
know.
Death Note.
I like those.
Death Note.
Yeah, Death Note. Death Note was fire. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was fire. It was.
Death
You know what? I thought it was fire till L died. That was about it. That was.
Yeah. But
That was so sad.
I realized Death Note and there's another one. They're the same anime.
Parasite.
No, Parasite's fire though.
Yeah, from what I hear, I only watch clips of it. I don't really watch it.
It's good. I'm watching it right now.
Parasite's fire.
Okay.
But it's another anime. I can't think of the name. There's so many out there.
Yeah.
But I watch mostly every sports anime.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
word.
Sports
There's
anime.
Alpha, there's
no
Alpha
basket.
that is saying that Kenny
Yeah.
Omega learned Japanese from Hajime no Ippo.
That's actually funny.
Did you watch it?
That's actually funny. The show, yeah, it's the boxing show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think
That's
I'm on
fun.
like episode 5 of that.
It's a really good series because usually in Japanese anime when it start talking about sport, sometimes you can get into retarded zone pretty fast because they want to make it exciting, but there's only so much you can do with tennis. So like basically in boxing, like the technique they use, it's all legit. It's all actual technique that real human beings were using. I was so impressed.
You know what? Sorry.
I'm just saying. I thought the sports animes would be lame, but I pretty much think the baseball one is pretty much my favorite one out of all of them. I don't know.
yeah?
I don't even like baseball.
Okay,
Shit.
I'm going to watch it for sure.
I remember there's one called Kuro no Basket. It was like a basketball one.
Yeah, that's fire.
That one, because I was like, it was simple basketball moves, but they had to animate it up. So I was like, I love this. I love this show. This show, the one of the guys like, I have the Emperor Eye, and then he's like trying to cross this dude, and he's all like, bow to me. And I was like, what?
And he has skills that like no other player has. Like it's just dope. It's
Yeah,
like,
it is dope. It was funny.
I don't know, man. Like I said, my friends got me into it, and I've watched more animes than them.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Okay.
now I collect the anime toys. I just went and got me a One Piece pop figure. Then I got the One Piece wanted posters.
Yeah.
I think those are the only 2 anime figures I got right now, but I have a bunch of other figures.
Yeah, but I bought a bunch when I was in Japan, but like I was trying to sell them later on, but like I got too lazy with that.
Yo,
I had like a couple of one stuff. Yeah.
Buy a Happy Meal at McDonald's or starve to death, but have my be leisurely on my fucking couch.
Exactly. It's only one of them.
Oh, for your boy Bruno saying what's up.
Yeah. It goes, oh shit, Dirty 4 and Dirty Heels.
Captain
All
Yo
right,
Emily.
Exactly. Leave a thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen, and go follow Dirty Heels if you didn't already. Man. Yeah. Did you guys have any more anime stuff? We're gonna.
Oh man, we're here all day for this
Oh, good.
anime
Go
and wrestling.
ahead,
That's
man.
all.
What-
That's all I'm
Love
about.
anime.
Oh man, I don't
Yo,
give
go
a-
ahead, because I also have some wrestling questions. But man, ask
Oh
your
yeah, we can
anime
go back to
questions.
wrestling questions. We could bring it back. We could bring it back.
Yeah, all right. It's up to you, man. It's up
No,
to
go
you.
for it. Go for it. Yeah.
So, Kofi, as you mentioned in the back room, so did you watch the Ring of Honor this past Friday, or was it the?
No. I pretty much didn't watch the Ring of Honor. I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I don't watch Ring of Honor. He does. Like I
Okay.
said,
Oh,
I don't really watch wrestling, which is crazy.
Okay.
oh, really?
Yeah, you watch it when you're there. I guess I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'll watch it when I'm there, and I watch AEW on Wednesdays, and I watch NXT on a Thursday.
Yeah.
But pretty much, depending on the show we do, we usually try not to do any shows dealing with Monday, Tuesday, with the week and all that.
Okay.
So we try to make our shows a little different. So I usually have to do homework or something, or look something up, or like this week we're doing a top 10 WrestleManias, top 10 WrestleMania moments.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
have to watch. So
Yeah.
I watch wrestling this week. There's no reason for me to watch it, so I'll watch something else and just watch the WrestleMania moments all week.
Okay. Actually, sorry, Victoria, do you want to say something?
I was just gonna say that Thomas commented he needs a decision to be made. Do I fork out money for a Domino's or watch my favorite wrestling matches?
Yeah.
That's
Domino.
exactly.
Get the Domino's, man. This yours YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Get the Domino's, man. Get the
Exactly.
Domino's.
And come watch Dirty Hills.
Yeah, exactly.
Dirty
That's
Heels,
right.
man.
That's
Exactly. Watch the Dirty Heels. But you know what? Because now Frank's been updating me with AEW as well, and I found out that now Big Show moved there. And he's one of my favorite wrestling in WWE. But man, I'm telling you, it's so fucking weird seeing him at AEW. I don't know. I'm just like he just looks weird.
It's not weird, but you know what it is? It's because WCW is not around anymore. People got to realize he's really from WCW, not
Yeah.
WWE. He's really a WCW guy.
Yeah.
So it's because WWE was the only market around for so long. There was nowhere else to choose from. You know what I mean? Then he's old. They don't want to pay him the money. They don't want to figure out the contract. So why not move on? I mean, you don't really have any loyalties to them. You're done. Why not move on?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with-
AEW's the future. Why not?
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I agree with that. And plus, like I heard they're having like they're pretty much the union, so they're like Impact Wrestling and all those wrestlings are like connected now.
Yeah, they're trying like it was always in union.
Yeah.
They were NWA. They was always like the top. You know.
Yeah.
Then you had WWE, you had WCW, and all of these
Mhm.
branches under, but all these branches separated and left.
Yeah.
So AEW is basically trying to bring everybody back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but you know WWE is they're the last man out. They're the guy on the top of the hill. You know.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah,
For
they
now.
try to pretend that no other wrestling organization or wrestling promotion doesn't exist beside them, which is kind of fucking weird because they brings a lot of people in, and then you're like, where they come from? Well, they wrestle in Japan. Yeah, but which organization? And they won't talk about
Won't
it
say
like
it, they
it
won't
doesn't
say it.
exist.
Yeah, they don't. They will not. They don't give any outside respect. They don't. They erase all of your accolades,
Yeah,
all your accomplishments.
What?
yeah.
See, that's what I find crazy. AEW, when you come there, they talk about your past life that you've had. Say, I've won 10 titles in motherfucking Japan or New Zealand somewhere. They're gonna talk about it. When I come to when I come to WWE, you're just nobody. You're just a regular champion. You're just a regular guy. Hey, this guy's new. You start over. That's it.
Well, I heard they changed like what's the guy Nasakura? No, not Nasakura. What's the guy's name? Shinsei.
Shinsei?
Sorry?
Shinsei? Yeah.
Not Nakamura. Yeah. So Shinsei Nakamura comes in, and apparently he wanted to come in like his old character from Japanese wrestling, like just strong style, just doing his thing. And they're like, no, you're gonna be like the music guy. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, no, I'm not the music guy.
No, but he still came up with his style. Though,
I mean, they still have the style and all that, but you know that's also based on the fans too.
Yeah.
The fans follow people. You might not think the fans know who this person is or fans know who that person is, but when they pull up to these events and all, like I didn't know who AJ Styles was.
Oh, I remember him from back in the day, though. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I
him.
remember him
know who
from
AJ
TNA
Styles
actually.
was.
Yeah,
And,
I remember from Impact. I think it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Impact.
exactly.
watching
Impact
Royal
Wrestling.
Rumble, and AJ Styles comes, and I'm like, I don't know this guy, and everybody in the house is going crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know who he was, but everybody else did. So that shows you that fans pay attention to that. So I think that's the big WWE's biggest problem. They don't pay attention to the fans, hear what the fans are saying.
But it's
That's an old problem because that remind me they tried to do the same thing with Vader. Like Vader, they
Oh,
tried to
yeah.
call him the mastodon or some shit. That
Yeah.
was fucking crazy, and like he was just treated like an average jobber. But outside of WWE, he was winning title and stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, okay. God damn.
Same thing with well, see, that was the weird thing because I remember when Chris Jericho was on WCW, he was like a cruiserweight title at best. Like he wasn't winning no television titles, he wasn't winning no USA titles, and then they overhyped him when he came in, and he almost jumped ship to like the heavyweight title out of nowhere. Like he was like talking with The Rock on his debut. He just entered and he's already in the mix with the DX and The Rock and everybody. Everyone was like, and then I remember hearing like Triple H saying like in the back, everybody was pissed because he's like, "What the fuck? He just came in. And he's already getting the main spot." He's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
well, the thing about Chris Jericho, Jericho made people pay attention. He made people look every little instant. Every time he got a little camera shot, he did something to make people talk about him. You know. And,
wow.
And then he kept reinventing himself every time, everywhere he went, you know. And then he played the best characters, no matter what character you gave him. He did a great job at it. So, you know, that's definitely why he's my number one. You know, I definitely love Chris Jericho. His debut was epic.
Yeah, it was epic. Yeah.
Y2J.
Yeah,
you know?
And at the time when it was like the Y2K bug, and then they kept saying like, "Oh, it's the Y2J," and everyone was like, "What the fuck is that?" Like,
What?
And
it was definitely dope. The lights cut off, numbers went down. He comes out, fire. So you know,
that's
I
awesome.
love Jericho.
And they built it for weeks too. They built it like it was like past New Year's. There's still like, oh, there's something coming, and it's like then this guy shows up.
Exactly. And you know what? And speaking about that, you know, because I think it was a WrestleMania a few years ago when the Hardy Boys were coming back, right? So because at one point like they were getting away because they were saying like these two are the ones who invented the meaning of tables, ladders, and chairs. So that when WrestleMania,
it was Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, and then at one time, and then you hear like, oh, these two are coming back. And then you have those three wrestlers going and they going out, and they were giving it a hype. And then one of them says, "Who could it be?" And the music just pops, like this comes out, and you see the Hardy Boys, you see Jeff and Matt Hardy, and you know what? They're in still tip top shape. And like, holy shit, man. Man, like those comebacks are fun. And also speaking about that is when Edge came back too. That was another big one.
Yeah, but you know what? I wish Bro was there, but we'll do it again with it. But like, I remember it was funny. Bret Hart actually was saying that it was his idea about the first ladder match. And then they made Shawn and Razor go for it. I remember seeing another interview about that. And I was like, oh, I thought that was interesting because I think he mentioned it to Vince. He's like, oh, that sounds like a weird idea. And then Shawn and Razor, since they're buddies, Razor Ramon, they just took the idea. So I guess that's why because obviously there's cliques in the wrestling. So like, and Bret Hart was like, you know, kind of like he had his own clique, but he wasn't the main clique that was running the shows. So he always hated them. He always hated Shawn.
They always had a little bit of tension.
Yeah.
Behind the door tension.
Which is what made the rivalry. I say the number one rivalry was in wrestling for me was Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'd say it's like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels just because they were like it was just like they hated each other off screen, and then in the story they're rivals. So it was just beautiful.
Oh man, but you know, since we can't talk much about Ring of Honor, we're like I think it was Frank again that mentioned it. He goes, you know, you also notice that stories too, right? Like behind scenes, they're like all best friends, and then And then after that, when they're on main screen about the fight, they really seem like they're gonna, they hate each other and they're gonna beat the shit out of each other. It's like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Like what again? Whatever happened to old schools? Hey, man, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. I'm gonna come there and I'll kick your ass. Let's go. And then you go on in the ring. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass. No,
You know what? I used to think those were like coke, like back in the day. Like when I remember, I used to see like Randy Savage and Ultimate Warrior do their promos. I used to be like, I was a kid. I was like, oh, this is cool. Now I'm like, yo, these guys must have been on some serious coke, like
roids.
Yeah,
I think more than that.
sense.
Yeah, I just checked about that later match thing, and apparently in July 1983, Stampede Wrestling held a later match in which Bret Hart faced Bad News Allen. So it seems to be something that has been invented in Stampede Wrestling, a promotion that in the 80s Bret Hart was part of, and then brought it over to the WWF.
Yeah, so I think he brought it because he said in an interview he brought it over and he discussed the idea with Vince and and I believe Sean. I could be wrong. And then they're like, oh no, I don't know. I don't think the idea could work. And then he did it. Then they did it without him. And he's like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh, it's fucking stupid.
Believe that story.
Yeah, sorry.
I can believe they undercutted him like that. I can believe that story. I mean, you see what they did with him for the title.
That's true. That's true. Oh, your boy Bruno, we're gonna get on that. We're gonna get on that. But Bruno is saying, what do you think about Scott Steiner? Is he Hall of Fame quality?
Yes, definitely. Him and his brother. If he doesn't go by himself, they should go as a tag team, if anything. But they are.
Yeah.
You got to think about the style of wrestling he did. He was great on the mic. Any way you put him, he was good, and he was a great wrestler. So you can't even take away from that. Just because he was big as hell, don't mean nothing. He was a great wrestler. He was like a collegiate wrestler for his college or whatever, something.
Yeah,
like that.
I believe so. Yeah.
So he was a great wrestler. He was great on the mic. If you could cut promos, and he could work with anybody. But he had a little drug issue or something like that. But
yeah, well, who didn't? Who didn't?
Yeah, well, pretty much.
I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Scott Steiner deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the ones English language. Yes, he is.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna get back to the Montreal screw job. I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat, for anybody that doesn't know, pretty much they promised Bret Hart to win in Montreal the title, but he had a contract dispute. He was supposed to go to WCW, which is another company from the WWE. So they promised him, you're going to take on Shawn Michaels, you're going to win, and then they screwed him in the middle of the match and made Shawn Michaels win.
In the middle of the match?
Not at the end of the match.
No, sorry. Technically, I heard it was supposed to be an hour-long match.
Yeah.
But they like he caught him. Shawn Michaels did his finishing move. Bret Hart's finishing move on Bret Hart, and then they
okay, no, actually what happened is like the finishing move of Bret Hart is the sharpshooter. It's a submission move, right?
Yeah.
So basically Shawn Michaels did that on Bret Hart, but Bret Hart didn't tap out, and the referee called it as Bret Hart tapped out.
Tapped out, yeah.
I see.
And then the referee was supposed to be a twin referee, Earl Hebner's twin.
Yeah. Shit like that.
I mean, what did he think was gonna happen?
I don't know what he thought was going to happen. But I don't know what's going to happen. But here's my question. Here's my question for it. Do you think all that was a screw, like that screw job was a work?
Nah, that was real.
You think so? Because a lot of people are saying like certain camera angles shouldn't have happened.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why would I let you take my championship somewhere else?
I'm going to reverse the questions. He cleared him off to go negotiate with WCW while he has his belt around his waist. Why did you take the belt off and then say, you know what, you can go negotiate?
Yeah.
I said you could have took the belt off from a long time ago and ended it, or y'all could have dropped. But there was a whole bunch of dispute behind the cameras of someone not wanting to drop the belt to this person, and a whole bunch of politics behind that. No one really knows the truth. It's a lot of politics.
That's the thing. But at the same time, that screw job, I think, elevated wrestling even bigger.
But that propelled Attitude Era, and
Yeah.
the character Mr. McMahon was born that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people like the
Really?
reality. People like this. If it looks real, people
Yeah,
like
it's
that. They can relate.
yeah.
They can relate to it, kind of. Getting screwed out or something.
Yeah.
There you go. Buy your bus amongst other people.
And then,
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
think this man did his job. He was supposed to be hated that night. He wasn't supposed to be
Okay.
there to be the face. He wasn't supposed to. He was supposed
Yeah.
to be a hatred. You know what I'm saying? A heel. He was supposed to be hated.
Yeah.
Right.
But like obviously, yeah. Then obviously with the Attitude Era, when he brought in Austin, and he's like a beer drinking Texan that just doesn't give a shit about anything.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Mike Tyson to friggin' have a little beef with him. So that gave him the star power. You got like the
Yeah.
news watching you, sports, ESPN, everybody's watching you. And then so then you got Austin just like kicking his boss's ass every weekend.
Wait, Mike Tyson was in the WWE?
Yeah. He was.
Man, that would be so scary, no?
As a
Because he's so
special referee.
unpredictable.
I think he knocked out Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin won the match. He was actually supposed to be on Shawn Michaels' side.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn, and he was on Stone Cold's side, and Stone Cold won the title that night.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
But
and
I-
when Shawn Michael protested, he fucking punched him out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think
already
that was
actually
the
heard of-
night. I think that was the night that the Undertaker was like, either you lose the belt or either you lose some teeth.
Yeah.
Oh,
You say
Jesus
that, yeah.
Christ.
Because
I don't know,
Undertaker.
man. I'd rather lose the fucking belt. I don't want to lose my
The-
teeth.
the- Wait,
Yeah.
the Undertaker said that to Mike Tyson?
No, to Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Shawn Michaels was kind of being a little bitch when it was time to put somebody else over because he had a massive ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like Undertaker kind of like ran everything backstage. So like anytime a wrestler kind of like got out of line, Undertaker would be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up, do your shit," and then they would listen to him. So he's like
He was the boss backstage. He was the leader.
Yeah.
Man. Captain Yolo, hold on. I just want to read some comments. I still remember playing Mike Tyson's Punch Out on the Nintendo. What's your? Oh yeah. Did we actually answer? What's your prediction for Bad Bunny? Yeah. Okay, that's another one.
The Miz. Oh, that's what I want you.
Oh, but you can ask him. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm gonna ask him. Yeah. So what's your question? So Rich Life is like, what's your prediction for Bad Bunny versus The Miz at WrestleMania? What's your prediction about that?
I'm pretty sure Bad Bunny's gonna win.
Okay.
Okay. Did you hear that, Rich Life? Bad
You hear
Bunny's gonna
that?
win.
Bad Bunny.
You hear
Shawn
that?
Michaels
Bad
versus
Bunny
Adam
is
Cole. Really?
Oh.
Fighting? Shawn Michaels still in the ring?
Yeah.
Why?
Peter, why are you shocked about this?
Old man
No, I'm
Michaels.
shocked.
Maybe he'll fight Adam Cole. He wished he would have fought him years ago. He said when he was young and capable to do it, but he said he's hinting he might jump back in the ring.
Oh my
You
god.
know what I
Oh,
want?
please
You
don't.
know,
Hey, ow.
you know who I want, guys, folks.
He's
You know
still
who
a
I
sexy
want.
boy.
You know who I
Oh,
want.
Oh, he's a bald boy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's basically one eye that looks in your eyes in that direction, and
Yeah,
another
yeah,
eye that
lazy
looks
eye,
in
yeah.
the other direction.
No, see, for me, what I want, and people say I'm crazy. I want the Fiend to be there, man. I want the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
I was
Oh.
something different. It's abnormal. It's not what's supposed to be in wrestling right now. It's something way different. The
Yeah.
storyline is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yo,
And
yo,
we
wait.
haven't had a scary character like this probably since
Mhm.
Steve Taker when he first came out.
Or Kane.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
we haven't
yeah.
had a scary character like this or creepy, and this dude's fire, you know?
Oh, he is, man. And speaking of fire, I loved it when Randy Orton set him on fire, and then
His eyes,
his eyes.
on it.
Shut up the gates. no, but what I was, I can't.
That's fire.
No, but this is the thing though. Like when so Randy Orton set him on fire, but then when the Fiend came back through the wrestling ring and you see his face, like his mask is all messed up and burnt. I'm like, yo, this guy. But
I feel like if we talking about it, they did their job.
But here's the thing though. Here's what I don't love about the Fiend at the same time is that he always loses a fucking match.
Yeah.
I'm like, because he starts out very well, especially when he's Bray Wyatt. Man, like he's another like he has that move called a spider walk. Holy shit! When he fought John Cena with the spider, I'm like, what?
We
the
said
fuck?
no John Cena, damn it.
Oh,
We said
I know. No,
with
but he's
someone, the guy.
exactly. But like when he does a spider walk, and then when he transforms into the Fiend on stage, I'm like, yo, this
That's
is
a smart
something.
move. That's a smart move. That's like an anime thing. Because I remember when what's his name? What's your boy? Oh my gosh, how did I forget his name? With the family boy, my boy of the family, Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
When he used to have like the he locked up his before he does the spear. Yeah. He does the lockup. I was like, okay, that's something like anime shit. And he starts doing the roaring. I'm like, okay, that's cool. All right, you bring it.
They're fantastic. But it's just that one time going back to the Fiend, the one time he faced Vince McMahon, I'm like, for sure. And then Vince McMahon runs away, but I'm like, god damn it, like the Fiend.
That was gonna happen.
Yeah,
that was gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
it's just,
I love the Fiend.
yeah, especially and one more thing, especially like when you see him on stage, like coming into the entrance, he has like that light, but then he has his own face as a mask, and then he has "Let Me In." I'm like, yo, if I was a wrestler, and I see this guy, I'm like, yo, man, I don't want to fucking end up. I don't know where I'm gonna end up. And then he just races like a spider, the spider walk to the ring. And in that mask, I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck? Why?
No, the guy from I think one of the guys from West Craven made it or something like that. Or
Yeah. I think it was one of the costume departments from West Craven film, because Bray Wyatt has a show with Firefly with kids or something like that. But he's really creepy. He's like, hey kids, yeah, hey kids. I'm like, oh fuck, man, I don't want to be
man.
Jesus.
Sounds like a demonic pedophile, man.
Oh, bro,
kind of. You kind of nailed it.
Yeah. He's the moniker, especially the Bray Wyatt family. Holy fuck, man! The entrance song, just standing there with the plague mask. I'm like, yo, man, there's no way that opponent's gonna get out of here. And then Bray Wyatt loses. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
definitely. He said promo with Vince McMahon dropped the N-bomb.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
The fuck happened? Did he really drop a N-bomb?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh fuck.
What's up, man?
Yeah, he just goes in, and I was just like, but I'm like, it's Vince McMahon. He's gonna do it.
He had a do-rag on. I was like, ah.
Yeah, he was doing it all, man. But they were doing some straight racist shit back in the day. Like I remember. When they were I think it was like the Nation of Domination was beating up DX. Oh no, Bret Hart, the Hart Foundation back in the day.
Yeah.
And then nobody noticed, but like on the side, you see DX eating bananas, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, dude, I was like, yo, that's fucked up. I'm like, yo, what the hell? And then no one really said anything about it. I was like, what the fuck?
Nobody
is
noticed. Oh well, that back in the 80s, racism was a bitter fruit.
Yeah, it really was.
But it's definitely a lot of stuff that's been swept under the rug that no one acknowledges. But it's being acknowledged now. It's hard to do it now because people have a social media platform.
Yeah.
And people won't even speak out. Of fans that speak out before.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's what makes a good thing about it now,
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie though, the Vince McMahon thing made me laugh when I first heard it. When I first heard it, I was just like, I just didn't expect it. I was just like, what? I was like, okay.
I was like, did he say that?
Yeah.
See, when I heard he said that, I'm like, fucking Vince McMahon. I'm not. Like you guys were shocked. Everyone was shocked. I'm like, this guy's gonna say anything.
I think Shawn Michaels did something earlier where there used to be this tag team where it was like these there's these guys, but they're like hoodlum guys, but I can't remember their names.
You're talking about JTG and
Crime Time. Crime Time, yeah, that's it. Crime Time. and I remember Shawn was, I think. Sorry,
we met one of them.
Oh, you met one of them? They're a cool tag team.
JTG, the other one, JTG, and the other one passed away. I'm sorry to say, forgot his name.
Oh shit! Seriously?
Yeah.
At least they had Buggerty to balance out the segments.
Oh, that was hilarious when he called out Hulk Hogan. It's like,
Yeah.
come on out.
I think my favorite segment of this is pretty much when Kramer had that whole rant. He was calling people niggas
Yeah.
at the bar or something, and then it was like they had this skit where they walked in the bar at the time Kramer was saying it, and they beat his ass on the. At the
Oh,
I
That's
don't
awesome.
think many people remember that, but it was like Kramer was on stage saying the N word, and then here comes the crime time, and they come
Yeah,
in
they
and
come beat it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
Uh,
remember because I remember Sean was like, I think Sean's like, I was like they're talking, but they're trying to be like, oh shit, they can't understand them, and then Sean's like, don't worry, I speak jive. I was like, what? Like, what are you talking?
Yo, I remember that.
I remember that.
He was
That was
like,
fucked up.
what are you talking? He was talking to Triple. I definitely remember that. Oh man, there's been a lot
Honestly,
of moments swept under the rug.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Remember when Austin used to beat up Stacy Keebler for not drinking beer?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that live.
That was great.
When I saw Stacy Keebler being passed out on the ring, I was like, "This is your moment, Steve Austin."
Anybody's moment.
That was
there you go.
crazy. That was crazy back in the day, man. And then the thing is, he would stun her that week, and then the next week she's drinking beer, and everyone's like, "Yeah!" I'm like, "No, you just beat her up into submit."
Yeah, exactly. That was a weird thing. It's like, yeah, she was passed out, and then the next week, I'm like, yo, man, it's fucking. No one's saying anything about this. You know?
No, they're
But I
cheering. They're like,
don't
"Yeah,
feel
she's
like
drinking beer."
wrestling should be offensive though,
TV
because
time.
when you,
That TV time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, man.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Joey?
but I feel like wrestling should be offensive when you think about it, because there's a guy you're supposed to fucking hate. So
Yeah.
you should be like PG-13, should be an asshole. Like, look at those
Yeah.
UFC guy, like, you know how they talk, you see how they talk.
The thing that messed that up is when like kids like me started doing wrestling moves on other kids.
Yeah.
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 Yo, when I was okay, so that's funny when they brought that up. When I was younger, in my elementary school, we were like all a bunch of Shimonites, like idiots. So I was the Degeneration X, right? And then so if anybody doesn't know this, so the Degeneration X, everyone did the move, right? And it ends with them just under
Just fuck
like.
it, yeah.
Yeah, so all the teachers would get mad and then throw
Yeah.
students. Yo, I did that, and then I did that, and I ran to someone, just slapped them in the face, but
Oh, man.
I got punched straight in the nose, and then they saw it on camera, and then they just like, yeah, Claudia said to suck my dick, and we're all like, no, and this was like an old teacher, we're like, no, it's not, that's not what I mean. But meanwhile,
And then you got you got suspended because you display some homosexual behavior. I'm sure you got knocked because of that.
Yo, no, I got knocked out because it isn't that one. Hey, you, yeah, bam.
Let me tell
Ah.
you,
What you say, Kofi?
my grandmother kept saying, "Yo, I had a little brother. You know, he passed away last year. But
Oh, shit. Oh, sorry to hear that.
yeah, she would say, "Yo, stop jumping off the bed. Stop playing on that bed. Stop wrestling. Stop wrestling." Me and my brother wrestling. I let my brother pedigree me.
Oh shit.
I touched all of the inside of my mouth. I had to get stitches all in the inside of my mouth.
Oh.
Like maybe months, I was like,
Oh shit. In the States, man? Yo, that healthcare, man. Yo, what the fuck?
Jesus
this is New York
Christ.
we're talking about.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's scared.
Oh,
I remember that happened when I was doing a summer camp thing, and then my counselors like we used to play wrestling when I was a kid, and then like we used to do the wrestling thing, and then the counselor's like, "Yo, pedigree me." So then I pedigree him, but I didn't think he would jump. So he jumps with me, and then all of a sudden he gets up, and his legs just like bleeding, and he's like, "Ah, it's cool, man, it's all right." I'm like, "No, what the fuck?"
I got a friend,
Yeah.
when I moved down south for a little while, North Carolina. So we used to play on trampolines, and I got a bunch of friends. We used to like go crazy on the trampoline. We would jump off a trailer onto the trampoline.
Nice.
So we figured the trailer wasn't high enough, so we built like a platform on top of a tree, and that's like in the sky.
Oh fuck.
I have a friend named Bruce White. Never comes outside. His first time ever coming outside. His mom's never let him come out. So he comes out, plays with us, and I have a friend named Brian. And he's the craziest guy ever you think of, but he can flip. When I mean, he can flip his ass off, anything you see a wrestler can do, he was doing it at the age of 12.
Wow.
Nice.
So, and he gets on the top of this tree and flips on to Bruce White. And Bruce busts, I think he busts his chin or something.
Shit.
And that was the last time you ever saw Bruce White.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Well, did he die or he just doesn't want to talk to you guys?
He never came outside again. We weren't allowed to go to his house and play with him. It was over.
Oh, shit.
Oh, nice. Hold on, guys. So we finally got another awesome guy.
Special guest.
Here we go. I had to show my face and support the best wrestling podcast in New York, the Kings of New York, the Dirty Heelz. What's going on, Kof?
Chilling, man. You know I love you. I told JOFO in the ring.
You know I'm representing.
I love it, man. Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. 34, guys. Thank you.
It's
wow.
okay,
No problem, man.
Frank. Man, yeah. So Frank, because we're gonna ask the Dirty Heelz about the fight that happened on Friday night
With the ring, the Ring of Honor.
the Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
JOFO, no. I really, like I said, I didn't tune
Yeah.
in. I watched him.
Yeah, exactly. So Frank, so what? Like I mean, we knew you were hosting the night, but like, what were your final thoughts on the fights?
Honestly, I wasn't I know about Ring of Honor. I was just not familiar with it as much as I want to be. And Jeremy was helping me out on because there's a lot of different rules. They Kof on the pure rules, the matches and the rules and everything. So it's a lot different. And what I was very, very impressed about Ring of Honor on Friday was the wrestling. The wrestling was top notch. There wasn't gimmicks. There wasn't stipulations and stupidities and like screw jobs. You know what I mean? Like it was just pure wrestling. And that honestly, that's what made me really enjoy the event. And going forward, we're gonna be covering a lot of Ring of Honor. We're in talks with them to get a couple of guys on our show in the future. So the future looks good for us and Ring of Honor as a partner. So yeah, I'm really excited.
How many roll-up pins were there?
Honestly, man, there wasn't. Honestly, the pure wrestling effect of it, I was really surprised. I thought there was going to be run-ins and someone hitting somebody off with a chair, but honestly, like I was, because we had Red Titus, and he's a very good friend of Jeremy Prophet, and we're really excited for him that he became the tag team champions of Ring of Honor, and then we had Amy Rose as well, and she gave the finger to I think it was Kenny King, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So and then we had her talk about that maybe Andrade La Sombra might be showing up in Ring of Honor, which would be great. So we're keeping our fingers crossed here. But like I said, moving forward, I became a true Ring of Honor fan on Friday. And like I said, moving forward, I can't wait to dip in to more Ring of Honor on our end here at JOFO in the Ring.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
You sold me down on ROH when you mentioned there were no fucking game, no stupid shit.
You know
no
what?
Stories.
It was their 19th anniversary. So you gotta say maybe what I say the year 2000, 2001. So that's around when WCW went out of business. Kof, if I'm not mistaken. So they've been going strong, 19 years strong. And you know what? I think the pandemic and everything that happened in the last year held them back a bit, but they're a very talented group in Ring of Honor, and like I said, I'm very excited to get more to get more knowledge on them because, like I said, Jay Lethal, you got Shane Taylor, you got Matt, you got Taven, you got all these guys. Red Titus, I don't honestly like he really surprised me, man, and I didn't think I had him winning, to tell you the truth, but. As I can say now, I'm actually pretty happy he did. So yeah.
Nice.
But we call it. Didn't CM Punk and AJ Styles run through that organization?
CM Punk was there. You know what? There was Kevin Owens, better known as he was as Kevin Steen. El Generico was there. Sami Zayn. I know Samoa Joe was there too. I'm from
Oh
mistaken.
shit! Okay.
Fuck
Bobby
if I remember
Bobby
well.
Lashley was there as well.
Yeah.
Yo,
You know,
shit.
so I just saw him. I just saw a photo on I think it was Instagram or Twitter that somebody put up, and they said that two of the matches that they're having at this year's WrestleMania, Kevin Owens versus El Generico, that's a Ring of Honor original, that. And then
Oh,
you
shit.
have Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre, which already happened in Ring of Honor. So it just goes to
Wow.
show how Ring of Honor has come in the world of professional wrestling and helped these guys be on WrestleMania, because wrestling at WrestleMania is like the pinnacle.
yeah.
It's like you made it,
Yeah.
and you deserve to be here. And here's your thanks for all the work you did all year. And here you go. You know, so now it's up to them. Now it's up to these wrestlers to do something and prove that they deserve to be at the WrestleMania. So it should be exciting.
WWE has definitely stolen a lot of Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Try to do
That's for
that
sure.
with NGP.
100%. But,
Is the main event is Becky Lynch in the main event? Like,
no, she's not. She's still. She just had her kid, right? The Kof.
she just had a kid. Okay.
Yeah. So, but now but you got to think now. There's a lot of guys that we haven't seen, like women and men, we haven't seen in a long time. So that surprise effect is always lingering in the back of your head. Like, is Becky Lynch going to show up at WrestleMania? Me personally, I think Brock Lesnar should surprise us at WrestleMania, which would be crazy. Which match? I don't know, because he could either go he could either go face to face with Bobby Lashley. He could go to face with Drew McIntyre because he lost the title to him last year. He could also go face to face with Roman Reigns because Paul Heyman's there. You never know. So I think the wrestling product slowly is getting a lot better because the pandemic is slowly winding down. We're not done yet. But once it's done, I think the world of professional wrestling, and now that I think we're gonna have every single day we have wrestling now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
really?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Shoot. Actually, I have one question for the both. Well, I guess everybody, but
sure.
like pretty much for you, Kofi and Frank. The Miz, like, so Mortal Kombat's coming out, right? So Mortal Kombat movie's coming out. There's no Johnny Cage character, and the Miz is like, he wants to be Johnny Cage in the next movie. What would you? Do you think he could play the role, or is there a better wrestler that could play the role?
I'll let you go first. Go.
I definitely give the Miz a go on it. He's already basically that character. 100%.
Yeah. You know what? You just took the words right out of my mouth. You know what? Miz could do anything. Miz could do anything. He's a movie star. He could be a heel. He could be a good guy. He could be a bad guy. Whatever you want him to be. Yeah, so I really hope, you know what, it's a shame because the movies he does are not like blockbuster movies like John Cena and The Rock, but you know what, I'd be happy to do those movies as well, and you know what, maybe one day someone will see the potential he has and maybe put him in a big movie like that. So let's hope he does get that part. The Miz.
So so we were talking earlier about, like, you know, the Big Show transitioning to AEW. Frank, I know I believe we spoke about this before, but if you could give people your opinion now on the Big Show going on there, like, can you tell them your thoughts on this, on Big Show being on the AEW?
You know what? One side of me says that he's sold out, but the other side says, you know what? The guy's got a family. You know, he's at that age where, you know what? And if I'm not mistaken, Vince McMahon told him straight, as a human being, said, look, Show, you're not going to be main eventing WrestleManias anymore and Royal Rumbles. You're not going to be winning these big time titles anymore. So it's up to you to either transition to that guy that helps out the younger guys, or, you know what, if there's something out there to pursue that you think is right for you and your family. And everyone has their presumption about Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon told him, you know what? Good luck with you. Everything's good. There's no animosity. So it just goes to show the respect value that Big Show and the WWE with Vince McMahon that he had for the company. So you know what? Good luck to him. Honestly, I think if he does win the AEW title, he'd be the first one ever to win the WCW, AEW, WWE title, and ECW title, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Does he have the ECW title?
Well, I think he won the ECW title back in the day. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I heard something like that. And even Christian too, he's in that talk. If he does win the AEW title, because a lot of the AEW guys have never wrestled for WWE, like Kenny Omega, like guys like that, and Adam Page, and so they've never wrestled for and won championships in WWE. So this could be something that maybe in the future, if it makes sense, because obviously it has to make sense. You just can't say, "Hey, Big Show, you're going to be the champion tomorrow." It's got to make sense. So hopefully it does happen for him, but. You know what? I honestly I like AEW where they're heading. You know, like they basically ran a company during the pandemic, so you got to give it up to them, man. So I'm sure it wasn't hard. You know, so and plus Tony Khan is a billionaire, so I'm sure a couple of million here and there that he loses, it's not going to hurt his piggy bank. You know, so in the end, good for them though. I'm happy for them. I'm happy.
Exactly. Awesome. Yeah. Now we already spoke about this subject with Kofi, but Frank, what's your opinion? And everyone's going to get sick and tired of this. What's your opinion on the Fiend coming back?
Fiend.
Oh, that was
I thought,
amazing.
you know what? It's right now. Like I think he's a lot better than in cinematic matches. No, right, Kofi? Because
your coffee's trying to say something.
Okay, go. Sorry.
Kofi, where are you saying?
You have to go.
Okay, all right.
Is there anything you want to plug before you leave?
Do you want to plug in Dirty Heels?
Shout out to cousin JOFO in the ring, man. Make sure y'all go check them out.
Everyone
man.
get their shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. The Dirty Heels right here.
That's it. Y'all go check us out on Dirty Heels _132 on IG. And just type in Dirty Heels anywhere.
We'll type it in. We'll put in the description and everything.
Actually, I put it in the description at the bottom already, so people can go check you guys out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we got to do this another time. We are definitely coming back. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's definitely
awesome.
Thanks for
You're
coming.
the man. Give a big hug to brother Bo for me. And I'm leaving on the boats. I'm leaving on the boats tomorrow. So I'll see you in a couple of months. But you'll see me in the streams here and there, surprise and everything. So
I'll hit you guys up.
I'll be there.
Right, you know how I feel about you, my cousin, man.
Take care, buddy. Take care, man. Be safe.
I'll hit you guys up about because I'm doing like an MMA thing, but I want to do like MMA, anime, and
nice.
like pretty much anything
Nice.
else.
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah, for sure. Whatever we can do to help.
Yeah, awesome.
yeah, we'll hit you guys up, man. No worries.
Bye, Kofi.
All right,
Thank you, Kofi.
Take care, buddy.
Bye. Take care. Yeah. So, Frank, what were you?
The Fiend. It's for me because last year, if I'm not mistaken, he was in a cinematic match against John Cena. So now this is his second year in a row. He's doing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are doing another cinematic match with the Fiend. And like you were saying before, Pete, it's more of the anime. You're trying to get that certain crowd of people to watch, right? That like that kind of stuff. I'm not really into that. It's entertaining for me, but I know deep down that he's a great wrestler. Make the guy wrestle. Put him in a match, man. God damn it.
Yeah.
In an actual wrestling match. No fire and lights and all this the chicanery, all this brouhaha crap. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's okay once or twice, but if it's done every single time,
it's gonna get weird.
It gets exactly.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
it gets weird. Exactly. It gets too weird.
Yeah.
It's like okay,
yeah.
So is it wrestling or is it a movie? Like which one? Where we going?
Exactly.
And you don't want to see like the Undertaker stuff happening all over again. When you grew up, you see Undertaker. And it's like why you don't.
The thing is with the
Fiend.
The thing is with the Fiend, it's basically a long-term story. That this whole thing when he had it with John Cena. There was something that happened with him and John Cena a couple of years ago, so he brings that back into play. Randy Orton back in the day burnt his house down. The Fiend, right? So now it's like his revenge on you can't kill the Fiend, and you know what I mean. It's very good storytelling, but if you know the storytelling from back in the day, like. It's really hard to stay on top of it, but as a casual fan, you're looking at it like, okay, it's cool. Then next week, it's the same thing, and then you're like, okay, but it's always the same thing every time. Now, what else? I want to see them wrestle. It's World Wrestling Entertainment. I want to see these guys wrestle. I'm entertained. Now let's see the wrestling. So we'll see what happens at WrestleMania. But
for sure, I hope he comes to WrestleMania, man.
He's fighting Randy Orton in a cinematic match. So it's gonna be somewhat like it's a cinematic match like it was with John Cena last year. The one that we did with Undertaker, AJ Styles when they did it outside and a lot of editing and cuts and that. So we'll see what happens. And I know that's his mentality too. He's behind a lot of the creative control on his character. So a lot of the stuff you see him do. it comes from him personally. It's not somebody telling him what to do. So he has a lot of input in his character, which is pretty cool.
Oh, for sure.
So what it?
Oh, go
sorry,
ahead.
what you saying?
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna ask because Bobby Shortshorts has a question. He goes, Frank Jofo, the Donald and Vince McMahon are buddies. What do you think of the Donald's appearance on WWE?
Well, Donald Trump and Vince McMahon, they go way back. I think the only WrestleManias that were back to back in the same place, I think, was in Atlantic City at Trump at the Trump
Tower,
Casino or Trump
Sorry,
Towers, whatever it was. So it was 2 years in a
casino.
row.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, you know. And I think his Vince McMahon's wife was part of Donald Trump's cabinet. I think at the beginning.
I believe so. Yeah.
So and then I don't think she lasted, but just to say, so it's like it's.
Yeah, she's trying to run for
businessmen
governor.
like that are it's you do me a favor, I'll do you one. You know what I mean? So I know they're very good friends. They both think alike, but being more of an animal, obviously we know Donald Trump's a savage animal, but I think Vince McMahon gets perceived as that animal, but a lot of people know how he truly is. He's not that. He's a normal human being. Everyone just portrays him as that animal because how they see him on TV. Like you guys were talking about before with the Bret Hart and Vince McMahon. Me personally, I think Vince screwed Bret. You know, that's my opinion. But Vince McMahon took that real life storyline, brought it into his character that he started as corporate boss Vince McMahon. Because if that would have never happened, he would have never came into existence. So you got to think Bret. You got to think Bret maybe was the. Then that's why a lot of people say maybe it was staged, maybe it wasn't real. You know, so that perception. Unless I get Bret Hart sitting across from me right now and I ask him, Bret, what the hell happened that night? Then I'll know, and I'll know for sure. Because I honestly, if it came down to it, I would trust Bret over Vince McMahon. I know I'll never be able to see Vince McMahon face to face, but Bret Hart, maybe one day, you never know. But just to say, I think Bret will stick with the story, and it's all about his image too, right? He doesn't want to ruin his image and his legacy by getting screwed. So he looks like the guy that got screwed. So everyone,
that's what put them in that fucking mess to begin with. Like he didn't want it to lose in Canada. Yeah.
And what's crazy is that he went to WCW and he literally ruined his career. He got injured. He got injured right away, and he couldn't use him. And then I think he got a heart attack a couple of years ago. So but
that's the thing. That's the thing, Frank. See, that's what I noticed. Like, there's a lot of differences between the old wrestlers and new wrestlers. But when it comes to like, where I heard Austin saying on his podcast, like the cheating in matches, they don't really do that as much anymore. Or other things. But one thing I think is the difference is that I think if you ask Bret, and Bret would be like, no, it wasn't a work. A lot of wrestlers back then kept their character off stage too.
Yeah, yes, of course, like Undertaker, right?
Yeah, like you never. There was never change.
Undertaker's a prime example because how it was back then, you walk down the street and you see Undertaker. Let's say you don't see Undertaker with the black hat and rest in peace. You're like, as a kid, you're like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? It's like believing that there's no Santa Claus. Like, that's how believable it was. Yeah. And I'm sure as wrestling fans, if I know you guys are wrestling fans, I'm sure that's how I portrayed it when I was a kid. So then when I saw, like, the first time I ever thought things were getting crazy is when I saw Hulk Hogan come down, and we thought he was going to help WCW against NWO, and he crossed and he screwed over WCW to start the NWO. So after that, it's like, wow, Hulk Hogan is a bad guy. No, this can't happen. This can't be happening. You would never think that. So it's like Undertaker. Now that he's retired, now he's talking a lot more as himself. So a lot of people are getting into
like
his
Mark Holloway, basically. But what did it for me for Hulk Hogan? It's with the sex tape. When I saw that, I was like, "Son of a bitch!"
Why would you watch that?
There's the girl Paige. The wrestler Paige has a sex tape as well. There's a lot of sex tapes, I'm sure. Even Charlotte got Charlotte. There was pictures of her in front of a mirror, you know, and she had no shirt on and stuff. These people, like everyone, I think everyone. It's like a big orgy in the back over there. Everyone's together. It's a lot more now because of Triple H and Stephanie. Vince never wanted people to go out and have boyfriend and girlfriends with people in the locker room, because then once we break up, what happens now? What, I got to put you on Raw because he's on Raw, and I don't want you guys don't talk,
Right.
and then that. It's not good for business. It's not good for business, and nobody wins in that situation. So I know a lot of people are together in the back, but I'm sure Vince McMahon doesn't like it one bit. And you see like what happens with a guy like Andrade and Zelina Vega, all these people that were friends in the back, and they have husbands that are still on the roster, and these guys are getting sent to catering and not being on TV because their wife fucked up on a show or got fired. Yeah. So now the husband's taking the heat for it. So, but is that what's happening, or are they just playing it off so you think that's what's happening? That's genius behind it, right? Because it's wrestling, right? It's we know what it is, but there's still that storyline.
Really?
It, so.
Awesome.
Brother.
Come here, brother. I'm gonna go worry, brother. Oh man, but that's crazy. And you know what? Since you're talking a little bit about Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, I remember when I was younger, there was still a little segment of Vince's like, "You can't rob on my daughter. You can't rob it. Oh shit!" And
they were doing it. They were doing behind each other, like behind Vince's back, and at the time, Triple H was dating China.
Yeah,
that's man,
dating China. So and then they threw China to the side, and then slowly she transitioned into not doing anything on TV because you're dating the company's daughter.
Hold on. But wasn't China dating Eddie Guerrero? One time
on TV. In real life, China was brought in because of Triple H.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Right. They were dating. They were doing whatever the hell they were doing, and then all of a sudden, Triple H, I guess maybe the light clicked off in his head. Is like, if I'm gonna do something in this business, who's the best person to sleep with, or you know what I mean? But even if you remember that whole thing when he drugged her. At the in Vegas,
he's still yelling about it.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
But Frank, I got a question for you, and this is another wrestling rumor. So I don't know, like a conspiracy theory. Sure. So do you think Macho Man Randy Savage was kicked out of the WWE because he slept with Stephanie when she was younger?
You know what? That whole rumor. Like it's that's what it is, right? It's all hearsay. Like you don't really know for sure. Okay, Macho Man's dead. We can't get it out of him. So the only person that could say it is Stephanie, and I can guarantee you that. And obviously she's not. So there's all people saying if I was there, I heard. You'll never know. But to me, I honestly think I don't think it happened. I don't think it happened because I think because Macho Man at one point was an announcer. He was a color commentator beside Vince McMahon. So if you really think about it, maybe Vince McMahon was keeping him close, you know, just to stay here and you don't cause any trouble if you're in the back, you know, kind of thing. So I don't know, but I Vince McMahon really loved Macho Man. So I don't think it was because he banged his daughter, but like I said, we'll never know. The only person that could say it is Stephanie McMahon right now at this point. So, and I, like you said, I don't think she's going to come out and say, hey, I had an orgy or I stuck 3 fingers in there, you know, like, but just to say, like, she's not going to come out and say things like that. So it's all about what everyone thinks and what everybody heard and conspiracy. That's all conspiracies are. So they'll never die.
Before we continue, Thomas has a question. He goes, why are WWE not using Aleister Black, even if his wife, Zelina Vega, got fired?
Why are you talking German all of a sudden?
Because I love Aleister Black.
He's talking like he's doing a wrestling promo.
Damn right.
So Zelina Vega and Aleister Black are married. And they were both, if I'm not mistaken, on Monday Night Raw. Zelina Vega got fired because she didn't want to go through the she got pissed off about all that unionization thing with the third-party promotions. She was on Twitch. She was on OnlyFans, and WWE doesn't want their wrestlers to have that. They want it to be associated with WWE. They don't want it to be associated with themselves.
With anything.
So she came out and said, I don't care. I'm all for unionization. And if you say that, you're done. So a couple of days later, she got the boot. I don't know if it was because of that, because I think that's a pretty crazy move on WWE's part, but that's what I think it was at. And now you have Aleister Black, who's a really good wrestler in my eyes, and probably top 3 underutilized wrestlers in the WWE period right now. And then all of a sudden she gets fired. What happens to him? He gets taken off TV. But I think he gets taken off TV for this reason, because now he's always going to be associated with that. So Vince McMahon is smart enough to say, let me take him off TV. Everyone forgets about that, even if it's 60 days, 90 days, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
He's still under contract. He's still getting paid, but he's not on TV. So a lot of people forget about that. And so then once he comes back, he looks like that hero to say, like, hey, he's trying to redeem himself and you know, like, and start something new. So... And a lot of it, too, is it's right place, right time. Because maybe right now, maybe they wanted to bring him in 30 days ago. But right now, WrestleMania season, it's kind of hard to start something fresh right before WrestleMania, because everything is already locked in place and already rocking and rolling, right? Like storylines and matches and stuff. So to throw him in to the mix just to say he's a good wrestler, it's not fair on his part, too. So I think maybe after WrestleMania, they'll slowly bring him back, because he is a top-notch talent, and the guy could be literally a WWE champion in the future, no doubt about it. So we'll see what happens. But he'll be back, I'm sure.
Will he be as powerful as the Fiend, though?
Because you know what?
What the fuck?
Listen,
this guy.
fuck yourselves, guys. Sorry.
Because you know what the thing is now is that you have AEW, you have Ring of Honor, you have MLW, you have all these other organizations that, hey, if I don't like being here and I'm able to get out of my contract, which I think Vince McMahon is the only one is able to say, okay, we'll void your contract and you're released. But then everyone has the 90-day no-compete clause. So basically, when you do get fired or quit, you can't sign with another company for 90 days. After 90 days, you're free to do whatever you want. So basically, I don't think they'll do that with Aleister Black, because he's an exceptional talent. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But it sucks, because the perception of it is like, oh, he's getting punished because his wife did that to the WWE. That's what everyone thinks. And I'm sure it has to do something with that, but I don't think that's the full story. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Do you think that the WWE is going to be extinct like WCW was, or do you think it's still going to be around while these other companies are still doing their thing?
This is a multi-billion-dollar company, and it's a publicly traded company. There's stocks and everything. This thing is going nowhere. You know, they're not. They made more money during the pandemic than they did, I think, in like the last 20 years. To tell you the truth, you know. So and their stock is doing very good. They just did a deal with Peacock for a $1 billion deal. Who's writing $1 billion deals during a pandemic? Tell me. Vince McMahon is doing that, you know. So
that's my
you
boy,
got. So he's preparing the product for the future, because he's an old man. I think he's 75, 76 years old. He's not going to... Well, you know what? Hopefully he lives to 100, but the thing is, who's going to take over when he's done? So
Triple H.
You have Triple H as his son-in-law, and you know what? And you got to say to Triple H, probably the best business move he ever made was sleeping with the owner's daughter. So
that makes sense. That's a transaction.
That kind of remind me why Jim Cornette always referred to Triple H as the son-in-law. Always.
Well,
never call him Triple H, always the son-in-law.
There you go. And a lot of people could compare Triple H to Cody Rhodes now, because Cody Rhodes now has a reality show, and he's always on TV, and he's got the most explosions and the pyro and everything, you know. So there's a lot of similarities, and it's like that in life, because if you could do something, I'm going to try to do it better. That's how WWE and WCW were, and now I think that's how WWE and AEW are playing it out now. Like it's to say, you did it, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna do a little bit better, so people say, hey, I think that's how it is. It's competition in the end.
Yeah, I understand.
And a lot of people think that, just because AEW has more viewers on Wednesday against NXT, they're the better product. But hey, WWE on Friday night, they had 2.1 million people, you know, on SmackDown. I think it was 1.8 on Monday, you know, and AEW is not even cracking 1 million on Wednesday against NXT. Yeah. So you know what I mean? So I think AEW's got a long way to go, but they're on the right track. But it's
Are they changing night? Are they changing nights?
NXT is changing to Tuesday nights now, because with that whole thing with USA Network, they I think NBC Network sold to USA. So now I think every Wednesday there was always hockey games on NBC Network. Now they got switched to the USA Network, which their games are usually at the same time as the NXT program, which was on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. So Wednesday nights now it's going to be hockey night on USA, but now NXT switched to Tuesday at 8 p.m. and AEW still staying on Wednesday nights. And this is the crazy part. Impact was on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. As soon as they heard NXT switch to Tuesday, they switched to Thursday. So now you got Monday night. You got Monday Night Raw on Monday. Tuesday you got NXT. AEW on Wednesday. You got Impact on Thursday. SmackDown on Friday. And I think Ring of Honor going forward, I think they're going to be doing weekly shows on either Saturday or Sunday. I think it's Sunday. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Sunday. But like I said, like that's 6 days in a row of wrestling, and as a wrestling fan, as myself, I'm excited. That's what you want. You don't, in the end, you don't want these. You want to watch both products. You want to watch everything. But if they're going head to head, it's a little hard to watch, right? So that's the genius behind it, right? And I think it'll benefit NXT to go on Tuesdays, and it'll benefit even more for AEW. But let's see how the ratings do come out, because if AEW is by themselves on Wednesday and they still have the same number of viewers, then what the hell was the point, right? Like, then you really weren't doing anything extraordinary here, because you're still getting the same viewers, and now you don't even have competition. You're by yourself on Wednesday night, so let's put up or shut up now. So
basically, you should have like all the people watching NXT going to the AEW, and I would assume that people that are into NXT are the same crowd that will like AEW for the indie type of stuff, right?
In the end, NXT is the third brand in WWE. You have Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So you're telling me that AEW is they're the best. They can't even they could barely beat the third brand in a multi-billion-dollar company. Give me a break, you know what I mean? You got a lot to do to trump. No pun intended. WWE, you know. So,
nice.
But is NXT though pulling in better numbers than Raw and SmackDown?
NXT is it's like what I was talking about Ring of Honor. It's great wrestling. Next week, they have WrestleMania week. Honestly, it's 2 nights for NXT, and then on the weekend, it's 2 nights. And if you have a chance to watch NXT TakeOver, one of those 2 nights, I think it's going to be the first night. I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday, or if it's Wednesday, Thursday. If you have a chance, or even if you want to go back and watch Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole and a 2 out of 3 falls match, the 6-man for the North American title, the ladder match in New Orleans and NXT TakeOver, if you could go watch those matches. And the fans do so much, the fans give it so much more justice, because without the fans, NXT is all about the fans. And it pumps up the wrestlers so much. And the wrestling is, honestly, to me, I think it's probably the best wrestling, better than Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. I'm telling you right now. They got great wrestlers, man, but they're a little smaller than the Randy Ortons and the Brock Lesnars, right? But these guys could wrestle, man. That's and like I said, I've always said it. I'm all about the wrestling. Entertainment side of it comes second. I love the wrestling. If the wrestling could get me there, then the entertainment part is just it's a gimme for me. So
nice.
I love NXT. I love NXT.
According to you, who has the best wrestling though? Is it WWE or is it AEW?
Oh, that's a tough question there. You're putting me on the spot here.
Exactly.
Come on, Frank.
Now that we have
you know what, Frank?
I'm not gonna be biased. I'm not gonna be biased right now. I'm gonna say, and I know Selecta Brew's gonna like this one. I'm gonna say AEW. But the thing is, they have to keep that momentum going, because you're only as good as the last show you did. And you're a weekly show. So if you do good one week and you do garbage the next week, hey, it's going to show the week after. That 100,000 people are going to switch that channel because that certain guy is on and you didn't like what he did. So you just got to keep the momentum going. But right now, wrestling-wise, AEW's got it down packed. But NXT is a very close second. I'll tell you that for sure, 100%.
Interesting.
I don't want to be that guy, obviously, but like, I know because WWE's been pushing their women's, like they're doing the women's Royal Rumbles, and they're actually pushing for the belts this time. But does AEW have female section?
Yes, they do. See, that's what's crazy, is that a lot of people don't know they actually have a women's division, but their women's division, everyone was criticizing it and saying that it's nothing as good as WWE. As of right now, they are not at the level of WWE women's wrestling right now, but I have to say they are going in the right direction. They had a match a couple of weeks ago. Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker was, I think Kyle did a review on it. and they were bloody thumbtacks and tables, chairs getting
The
thrown
girls.
over the top. The girls,
Yeah,
the
I
girls,
remember I
and it was
saw
the
pictures.
first main event that the women main evented AEW Dynamite, which is an incredible feat to say the least. But two great women, they went at it, and those two are the future of AEW wrestling. And just to say, and like AEW just started, so it's hard to establish all these people to say, oh, she's going to be the next best thing, or he's going to be. It's a whole story. It's a whole slow build. So slowly, you're starting to pick up on these things, and I like where AEW is heading. Like I said, especially and WWE, especially because they're doing this all during a pandemic without any fans. And once the fans come back, then all hell's gonna break loose. You know,
I'm gonna watch.
Everyone's salivating for fans, and even as people like us watching it, it makes the program better when you hear fans chanting, booing, and cheering for that. You know what I mean? So it's all gonna come full circle. Like I said, once this pandemic's over, hopefully, hopefully, but I know the wrestling is gonna be on top of their game. So everyone's just waiting patiently, and we'll see what happens. But I can't wait for this pandemic.
For sure. But one of the questions that everyone's asking is Frank JOFO going to be fighting Guido Grasso? I mean, guys, my money is already going to be on Frank JOFO because Frank, I'll tell you how to hit Guido. If you take those folding chairs, whack him in the back like twice, Guido's going to go. Guido's
you know what? Donald Trump shaved Vince McMahon's head years ago and punched Vince McMahon and jumped so if that could happen, Frank JOFO versus Guido Grasso could happen, and you'd never know what could happen at JOFO Jam 2 next year. I'll tell you that. We'll be in talks, me and Guido. I said, I don't hate the guy, but if it has to come down to that, we have to settle the score in the squared circle at JOFO Jam 2. Let's do it. You know what I mean? And let's see what happens. But all in fun.
Make Claudio the referee because he probably won't know what the fuck's going on. And
I don't know. Claudio might screw me over. Who knows? Fuck, I don't know what I'm looking at.
I see. Well,
first of all, we need a referee that can count to 3. That's not a good Claudio.
No, you see, I got it all. I'll be promoting it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Frank JOFO versus Guido Grasso. Who's gonna go down? And then I might pop an aneurysm or something. I'll go on the floor.
Why?
Greatest night of my life. and then you have Victoria. And then you have Victoria. She goes, I don't know what's going on. And then Joey's like, oh, I hope there's a 12-year-old little kid here. And then Peter's like, oh shit.
Hey Joey, I heard it's your birthday in Australia. Is that true?
Man.
Basically it is my birthday in Australia. Thank you.
Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, George. All right, nobody knows my birthday.
I'm 33, which is fucking depressing, but okay.
All right.
I remember when I was 33.
Oh god damn.
How long ago was it?
4 years ago. So I'm 37.
4 years ago. Okay.
Oh shit.
Nice. Okay, that's what
awesome, man.
Okay, we'll have like Joey versus Victoria and Mel's the ref.
I'll just throw her a fucking T-bone and that'd be it.
We have a Dirty 4 battle royal, and the winner is the champion of the Dirty 4 for the week.
Oh shit!
What are you gonna be doing? What are you
the battle of the Dirty 4 podcast?
Oh yeah, let me tell you something, brother. When the demons come down from the skies, and
I'm sorry, I know.
Are you trying to do a mix of like Macho Man and fucking Ultimate Warriors? That's what's going on.
No. You have to do who challenge Bonesaw.
You know what? I can't. It's too bad. Like maybe this summer is a little bit. It's a little bit too close to call. Like we would love to do JOFO Jam 2 this summer, but with all the circumstances and everything, I think next year would be the perfect time to do it. I think the pandemic will be over. Everyone will be vaccinated or whatever the case may be. Everyone will be safer then than they are now. So,
pretty much.
like I said, big things in the summer next year for us, and I'm sure for you guys, because you guys will be involved in that show for sure, 100%. So I can't wait for
awesome
that.
shit.
What
Yeah.
it is.
And
I'm down.
and Frank, are you doing? How long are you on the boat for?
As of right now, I know I'm leaving tomorrow. I have a flight at 6 a.m.
Oh shit!
Montreal, Toronto to Thunder Bay. Then we sail, I think, a couple days later, I think the 2nd or the 3rd of April. As of right now, seniority wise, I don't have that much seniority over a lot of people there. A lot of people have been there for 20, 25 years. I've only been there for 4. So for me, I'm the last person to pick my vacation, which is either going to be in June or July. So basically, I'm not picking. Basically, I get whatever the other people don't want. So I can either be back June 1st or last case scenario, I'll be back July 1st for a month and then back for 3 months. And then usually I'm back for 2.5, 3 months at the end of December, early July for that span, because the boats, there's nothing happening with the boats. But other than that, working until December now, probably have 2 months off until then. But then I get to relax in the winter time there. So we'll see. Maybe I'll go on vacation there or something once the borders open. So I'm actually putting my bathing suit in my suitcase just in case I have that urge to maybe go to Cuba for a week after I come back there. So we'll see.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
If we're allowed.
Yeah,
Trust me,
lucky
I would
man.
already be there if anything. So yeah.
Nice.
We'll
Lucky
see.
man.
But I know WrestleMania is coming up. If I'm able to live stream on the boat, we will be. I will be live streaming WrestleMania. I think it's in 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. But last case, I think Jeremy and Kyle will be doing the live stream for that. And WrestleMania is the pinnacle of wrestling, so it's the best time to be a wrestling fan. And it's a 2-night event, actually. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. So
they changed it up.
Yeah, they changed it up this year.
2 days,
I don't think next year they're gonna have it a 2-night event. But I know next year they're having it at Texas Stadium where the Dallas Cowboys play.
Oh shit!
And last time they had it at the Texas Stadium, they broke the attendance record for any event. Period. I think it was over 101,000 people were in attendance, something stupid like that. It was crazy. Yeah. So they're going to try to break the record again next year, which I'm sure they'll have a sellout crowd because I'm sure COVID will be over and all the quarantine garbage.
That's
will
interesting
be done,
that they do that in the stadium of the Cowboys, because that might be the most interesting things that happens in that fucking stadium for years.
I like that. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm a Green Bay fan, so it's all good. I like that.
I have a good friend of mine that is a big Cowboy fan. He told me to go fuck myself when I said something like that in front of him.
Well, we'll see what happens with them. They have a good team, but I don't know. Dak
coaching...
Prescott. It's all about Dak Prescott in the end. If he shows up, then they'll win. If not, poor guy. I think he broke his leg or his ankle last year or something. He was out all year. He was out all year.
The year before that, he had a great team, and they didn't do anything because their fucking coach was like lackluster. The coaching team was horrible.
I'm telling you, it's so hard. Like the Canadians this week. They were off all week. Now they have to. Now they're in a playoff spot. Now they're battling to go in the playoffs. The last 20, 25 games coming off COVID. Now you know what I mean. Like that's not easy now. So we're gonna see what happens. Yeah. But this whole COVID, it's you know what you gotta give it up to the players like NFL, basketball, all these sports guys that are putting their lives on the line to entertain us. And even wrestlers is the same thing, right? So you got to give it up for them in the end. But like I said, I'm counting the days until this whole thing is over and we could go back to normal and we could come laugh and have a good time at a comedy club, and have a drink, and watch a wrestling event. I can't wait for it. So slowly, patience, but I know we'll get there soon. So.
Yeah, for sure we will.
Except for curling,
curling.
Curling.
I'd like to try it though. I never played.
Yeah, I hear it's fun. I hear it's fun to play.
You want to broom that much? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. It seems like a boring sport, but I'm sure with the guys, you have a couple of drinks, and I'm sure it's a fun time, So I don't know, maybe we'll check it out, Peter, when the thing's open. Maybe we'll go for a nice curling match there.
Yeah, man. I was waiting on the side. I was just here hard. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Hard, hurry.
hard. Peter, get hard. Or remind me.
I have kind of the same relationship with baseball. Like I used to think it was boring. But then I start smoking weed, and now all the things I didn't know I liked before, like while on weed, fucking baseball is amazing.
Don't you notice that everybody in the baseball stadium has beer or something? Like, you can't watch the whole game sober.
Yeah. No, that's impossible.
True.
That's why that's the best sport on summer, because that's the only sport that you cannot go through sober. So you have the perfect excuse for getting shit-faced or being on the second stage.
Exactly. Yeah. Go ahead.
The one thing I remember about the one thing I truly miss about Montreal Expos, since we're talking about someone like that, those fucking damn hot dogs, man. I could
No,
shout
yeah.
those were great hot dogs at the
Back in
stadium,
the
man.
day, yeah.
And you know what? You used to be able to buy a ticket at the top. There was nobody there, so you just go down to the bottom. So
Yeah, but there were
go
nobody.
there
in
with
the
your
fucking
box of hot
stadium.
dogs and your pretzel and your beer and go, so. But
Yeah, but
there's
there were-
talks that they might be coming back. There's
Yeah,
talks
exactly.
about that,
They're
yeah.
So,
thinking
that'd
about
be
building
pretty
another
cool.
stadium. Yeah,
They
because
have to build. They have to build another stadium.
No, the
They-
Stade Olympique won't do. Like
Stade Olympique. They have to do something with that. Just I don't know.
fucking throw that.
Don't they have don't they have the impact games there?
Fuck that.
They used to really big ones.
No,
like,
it's separate.
for
It's
bigger.
separate.
Yeah, but if they want like 40, 50,000 people, they'll do it there. I think baseball games, they've had a couple of
Yeah.
Blue Jay games there, I think last year to 2
No,
years
they
ago.
have.
Yeah. No, they do it in
It's falling
exhibition.
It's
yeah.
falling apart.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
guys,
it's falling
every
apart.
time
It's like that's
Oh, I was gonna say every time I
Yeah,
pass
sorry,
by
go.
Olympic Stadium, like every time I pass by the Olympic Stadium, I feel like it's like I'm a Michael Bay shootout scene or something. Man, things are gonna start dropping. I'm like, yo, because
Why,
man,
Michael Bay?
because man, I'm never I don't know what's gonna happen around me, man. Man, these fucking bricks are gonna fucking fall on me, and I'm like, ah, shit. Like, how pathetic is it gonna be a 31-year-old guy walking by Olympic Stadium and a fucking piece hits his head? Like, how pathetic is that gonna be?
You know, I just picture Claudio going to a strip club. And you're like, oh man, it's gonna be a Michael Bay movie, and just like Bukkake exploding like Michael Bay. He's like, oh, and he's all like trying to avoid it.
And you know what? I'm gonna have the same sound as the UFC female coach yesterday, while one of the coaches was saying to the girl, "Harder, harder, 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 harder."
Harder, deeper, faster. Okay, we weren't watching the same thing. Sorry.
Yeah, we were. I don't think you were watching UFC. I don't know.
You know what, guys? That's harder, faster, deeper, harder, harder, hit her harder. No, but yesterday that was it. Like when the girls were fighting, right? The UFC, like the one of the coaches like, hit her harder, hit her harder. Oh yeah, harder. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, well, who's masturbating off screen that I don't want to know, but holy shit.
where your mind goes, Claudio, with that. I still can't
I'm trying to figure it out.
You can't
Your mind just
watch
drifted off
UFC.
into you. It's like I felt like you were describing a porn, but you were watching UFC. Fuck, you savage! Look at that face.
But you know what? There was one fight.
man.
There's one girl. I forget her name, but her coaches like they would like to hype her up before she gets in. And there's a famous thing where you see the security guard watching them like hype up the girl, and she's all like, "Yeah, so you're gonna do this, yeah!" And then he slaps her, and the security guard's like, "What the fuck?" Like he's like freaks out, but he like slaps her like twice, and then freaking, and he's like, "Yeah, get in there and fuck her up," and the security's like, "What
Oh,
the
boy.
fuck?" Like, you could just-
Yo, man, I
you
want
just
to.
pull her back.
Yo, man, I want to be that
I
coach.
caught the main event there. The guy Francis
Yeah,
there. Maybe his nickname was
yeah.
Frank, but he knocked the shit out of him.
yeah. Oh,
and
shit,
when
he
he
was
was on the
fucking
floor, did you see him when he knocked him? He knocked him right here. He could have literally went straight on his nose if he really wanted to. But
Yeah.
I think he let up a bit. But that's kind of like you're still hitting him, and he's like literally like
Here's the problem with the
ghosted
UFC.
out kind of thing. Like, oh
Here's
my
the problem.
god.
Here's the problem with the UFC, and it was in that card. There was a fight with a guy named Shane O'Malley against Almeida. The guy, like, he knocked him. He pretty much knocked him out. Like he head kicked him. The guy was on the ground, and he likes to knock you out and walk away like cool. But the refs are like, "Hey, dude, you got to keep fighting," and that's the problem. Like people see that, they're like, "Oh yeah, well you're not gonna stop the fight. Well, I'm gonna fuck this guy up till you get me off of him."
Yeah.
So
Everyone's making fun of Herb Dean now because he's always like running, like it looks like he's running from the outside of the cage to stop that guy from hitting him that one last time, right?
One
So-
time, yeah.
But like, put yourself in his shoes. Literally, put yourself in his shoes. Like I wouldn't want to be in that decision to stop a match or like that's the hardest job in the world. That's crazy.
No, that's really. I remember there was a fight where Herb Dean was it was Alistair against this guy named Bigfoot, and Bigfoot knocked out Alistair, and then he just looked like a kid trying to hold back Bigfoot. Like Bigfoot's just yelling at Alistair, and he's trying to hold him back, but he's like on his ankles, like trying to hold the guy back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is. Like you're not doing nothing to this guy. Like if he wants to kill him, you'll kill him. Like
Exactly. I wouldn't want to run into those guys at a bar or an alleyway. That's for sure. But,
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my
It's great,
God.
and you never know nowadays. Like I remember one dude tried to rob a girl, and it was two UFC fighters. So it was a UFC fighter he was trying to rob, and then she kicked the shit out of him. And then another UFC fighter was like, this girl's like, hey, what the fuck? And then they're like, one's arm barring him, the other one just punching him in the face. I was like, oh shit. Like,
Well, that's what it is, right? Like if you could be the toughest guy in Montreal, but then when you pick a fight with the wrong guy and the guy puts you in a lock and he has your arm in the back, and you know what I mean? Like he's holding you by up the pinky and that. So you never know. Like that's why, you know what? I mean, I shake hands and I walk the other way. That's it. I value my life. You know what I mean? I want to live until I'm 80, 90 years old.
Your fucking leg off and you just like spin around like a
here. Take my girlfriend. Here, enjoy.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Thing, make sure you pretend to like it, okay? Don't make him angry.
Well, like Joe Rogan said, Joe Rogan said, he goes, like, he was talking about Brock Lesnar, and he's like, what if Brock Lesnar came up to you and was like, I'm gonna rape you? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, Brock, here you go. You turn around and you make him fucking do whatever you want. What are you gonna do? What the hell are you gonna do?
I'll start swinging. I'll go for the eyes.
Unless you're a real fast runner, then I think that's the only thing you do, because you're not gonna go punch for punch. Brock Lesnar's gonna laugh at you if you punch him. So,
and going for the eyes, that's just gonna make him more mad.
Nice balls. That's what I was taught.
No, guys.
Oh, that was annoying.
No, guys. You see, this is what you do. All right. You grab a chair.
Okay, go on.
Wait,
go on.
you almost got
what you
raped?
would do if you were to get raped, mister. I
You grab a
barely
chair.
can tie my shoes. Go on.
Listen, I grab a chair, I smash it in his face, and I run away. And then after I go behind him, push him, slam him into a wall. Hopefully he gets knocked out. Then you grab his wallet, and you get the fuck out of there.
I love your
Wait, you
scenario.
ran away and you came back?
Yeah, because I forgot. Listen, it's in the heat of the moment.
your
Okay?
wallet.
No. It's in the heat of the moment.
Even in his
you
fucking
knock him out and
fantasy
he's
where
running away. Okay,
even in his fucking fantasy, just if he managed to be a fucking goof, that's impressive.
Okay, listen to me, okay? You try facing Brock Lesnar, okay? And you come back to me and go, I got
Hey,
hit in the
Claudio.
face.
That's it all. No, fuck off. That's it all.
Okay, guys. I just looked at the clock and I got a couple of hours to rest. But thanks for having me on such short notice. Be safe, and when I come back, we'll hopefully this will all be over. We'll be able to see each other, have a drink, have a laugh, and that's it.
JOFO in the ring.
So guys, keep it up, and I'll see you when I get back, man. I love you guys, man.
Ciao, man. See you around.
Thank you, man.
Ciao, man.
Thanks for
Enjoy
coming.
your trip.
Thanks
guys.
for being there.
Bye,
To come
Frank.
back on your fantasy with Brock Lesnar, you know what actually happens?
Yeah.
He came in your ass like around
3 times
of your fucking thing.
Jesus.
And then Victoria's gonna give you tips like, Claudio, you should just lay on your back.
Gee, oh man. All right, but no,
Actually,
tonight
couldn't
was,
have figured that one out, Just lay on your back.
Yeah, but don't forget, Brock Lesnar is an actual fucking wrestler. So, like, you think Claudio wants to be on his ass? Forget it. Like, if he wants his ass to be up, like, in a position to receive,
whatever.
mangled cock from all the steroids he has been on, like, that's basically what's gonna happen.
Wait, steroids does stuff to your penis?
Apparently.
Yeah. Well,
What
depending
does it do?
on.
Don't forget you
Shrivel it
pick up
up.
hormones from other animals. So yeah, there's
So
chance
all
that
those
you
guys
fuck
have
with your
tiny
balls.
wieners?
Not all of
Or
them.
their balls are all fucked up.
Yeah.
What do you mean all fucked up? Paint me a picture.
Paint you a picture.
You
Japanese
realize
porn.
that when, like, it's just like one of those
It's just
urban myths.
censored. Pixelated now.
Oh yeah, can you imagine you take steroids and your dick is pixelated?
oh god.
Basically, shrink the balls die. Basically, no, but can you imagine like Claudio is crying on the ground, getting his ass gorilla fucked by fucking Brock Lesnar, and all this is pixelated.
Yeah, I'd be like, shit, man. He's got pixels going in his ass, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Came in his eyes,
that's-
like his balls, and he's like, they're just pixels.
I just love that. I just love that in his fantasy that he's running so fast that he could run away, come back, hit
He's
a guy.
like Bugs Bunny, like he's just
Jesus Christ!
All right,
God.
guys. All right.
Oh, what do you mean, all right?
Fucking
all right,
fantasy or cartoon.
Oh man. No, but
Yeah,
honestly,
man.
tonight was really fun. I really had a great time with Dirty Heels and Frank.
Yeah,
was
I
good.
want to get Dirty Heels on a different time. Hopefully, we'll do the thing. But yeah, I want to get them on again. And just,
Yeah, for sure. With a better setup, because that'd be awesome if they could both be on. because
Yeah, I want both.
basically-
Yeah, I want both of them. I want both of them in there, man.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's
what
for
it
sure.
is.
All
That's
right.
what it
For
is.
So
All right.
let's do the plugins then.
Yeah, actually, folks, if you look at the bottom, there are links to shows. There's links to Dirty Heels, and there's links. Peter, what the fuck are you doing with a scissor?
Don't worry about it.
All right, so
I'm trying to pixelate my fucking pubes.
Wow.
oh,
Then
So-
there's blood gushing out
Oh,
of the
God.
webcams. It's like, are you okay, Peter? You're like, no, I'm off a band now.
so, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the bottom, there's links to Dirty Heels, to JOFO in the Ring, and to also our 34 on Facebook. Again, if you are on Facebook, get on YouTube, subscribe to us. Also, subscribe to the Dirty Heels and to us as well. Leave a like, leave a comment, even if you're not watching this live, just leave a comment, and there we go. So, folks, have yourselves a good night. We're gonna be back here tomorrow night. Well, it's myself and Joey's birthday, so we're gonna figure that one out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna figure it out.
Happy
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
guys.
on. I'm gonna go on. Joey.
Do you want people to roast you in the comments?
No.
You want-
Anyways,
you want-
Yeah,
you want
fucking
bukkakis?
roast his ass. He doesn't decide anything, that fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
You
you know.
guys want bukkakis?
Not because you kicked out Raul without consulting everybody that now you're the masked lord and
I
commander
didn't
of the
kick you
fucking
out.
chat box.
Oh.
All right, folks. So this has been our episode. We'll be back here next Sunday. Have yourselves a good night. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourselves a great week. And later,
water.
everybody.
Drink water.
Later.
Later.
Drink
Bye,
water.
everybody.
Stay safe.